Whether you manage projects and programs, are involved with them, or are impacted by projects and programs, we hope this series is of help to you. Using pragmatics and practicalities with shared expertise, activities which are often just assumed, but whose absence impacts the delivery of projects, are addressed. Time is also taken to consider areas of projects whose importance and significance are often overlooked or underestimated. The theme for this session is about realizing the benefits from a project and making the returns real. This is an area often overlooked in project setup and planning. The benefits realization typically requires time and effort. Consequently, it can be all too easy to overlook the benefits realization. Benefits realization can be nuanced, varying with project types and other factors, but is an area of opportunity for better project outcomes dependent upon the people involved. The benefits realization for projects varies with business, projects, needs, and other considerations. While projects vary in size, type, complexity, duration, and business outcomes required, success in projects come from addressing two areas. The first is the objective, purpose, and the expected outcomes for a project, and this relates to the second, being the benefits realized from a project. The objective, purpose, and expected outcomes from a project should be widely known across the project lifecycle because of their role in managing expectations, scope, risk, alignment of effort, and being the general basis for delivery. The objective, purpose, and expected outcomes also have a wider role outside of the project through the role in impacting establishment and planning of projects, as well as in realizing returns and benefits realized from a project, especially after the closure of a project. While the value, duration, type of benefit, and when benefits are realized vary with the diversity of projects, the realization of benefits should be considered a deliverable of a project, even if they may be delayed and occur after a project is closed. The project type impacts the benefits realized. Infrastructure. Projects like building ports, rail lines, transport utilities, and similar can have a benefit measured by the delivery of the infrastructure and or the use of the infrastructure over a recognized period. The return estimated for the Sydney Harbour Bridge may have considered a different time frame, and the tourist dollar was unlikely to have been a prominent aspect. Products. Projects can deliver a product, but the ongoing creation, marketing, sales, and delivery may be a business as usual return rather than a project consideration. The project to create a movie delivers the movie, a value realized, but the profits coming from screenings and viewings, a different value realized as a subsequent stage of the project. Services. Similarly, when services are established or changed or provided to a client by a project, The benefits realization can be determined in a range of ways by both the provider and the client. Operational change. A project can be used to deliver operational changes, whether it is the running of a marketing campaign or process changes or results from revised software and technology. The benefit realized may be the technology change and or the business impact change from the technology. Again, the benefit realization can vary accordingly. The project type impacts the benefits realized and the approach taken. At the start of a project, the benefits to be realized need to be determined, though the approach to value realization may vary across the life cycle of a project. Benefits realization may include requirement, where a project is implemented to meet a specific business requirement, like changes for regulatory need or in response to a lawsuit on product safety. A benefit can be defined and the value realized against this opportunity. Projects implemented in support of an opportunity seen. Benefits realized is often determined by measures around value realized from the opportunity over an agreed period. Emergent, where an emergent area is seen, but which may be difficult to clarify because the prospect is unknown. On a risk-based approach, a decision to implement a project is taken. Exiting. There is a project to exit a situation like a divestment or the closing down or the discontinuing. The benefit is the exit. While the benefits realization is identified at the start based on the required outcomes, the realization may vary across the project life cycle, and the value and the time of realization can also vary. Benefits can be realized during a project, like staged cost savings, but often the benefits realization is towards or at the end of a project, especially after its completion. Benefits realization is often seen through business as usual, a range of activities within business as usual to realize the return against the project investment. Continuous improvement, undertaking a series of actions to realize improvements coming from the implementation of the project. Continuous improvement often comes from a series of projects, stages, activities. Set handovers. Use of set handovers at specific times for benefits realization. The delivery of buildings in stages or progressive extensions in infrastructure or incremental software releases are examples. Again, the benefits realization varies. Capitalization, varying with the project aspects like capitalization returns, whether sales or costs or profits or value points. Any benefits realization is only as good as the project, the integration and implementation, and the activities undertaken to realize the returns. Some other considerations around benefits realization are noted. Benefit. The benefit returned varies, including one-off returns. There may be a one-off return at some stage. Sustained return. A sustained return over a period of time, which may be tied to the likes of cost savings or capitalization or similar. Incremental returns. The returns can be achieved incrementally at set points and or in varying ways. Project returns. The project itself may deliver a set benefit or during a project. Clearly, benefits realization varies with projects, and a project may yield multiple benefits in differing ways. Managing. The benefits realization needs to be managed, including ownership or transfer, benefits seen through a transfer of assets and or change in ownership. The benefits realized from the project can vary with stakeholder. Outcomes, either tangible or indirect. A project delivers an outcome. The outcome may be tangible, but also there may be indirect outcomes which may be hard to quantify. Projects should consider both types of outcomes. Recovered costs. Projects often have benefits of cost savings, whether it is stranded costs being identified and recovered, or cost savings like lower ICT costs through the use of vendors. It takes time and effort to realize the changes and to recover the savings. Capitalizations. Similar to costs, it is the capitalization of a project where appropriate and of its benefits. Again, proactive measures are needed to achieve. Realizing benefits requires work to be undertaken to identify and then time and effort to achieve. Realizing. Even with the benefits identified and a process for realization, the actual achieving of the realized benefits also varies. Handover. Benefits are often realized at time of handover or after handover. An outcome of the project is a clear approach to benefits realization. Fixed points. An approach to benefits realization is the use of fixed points. Determine required performance outcomes at agreed points with the required regime to implement and realize. Operations and services. Benefits from projects are often related to changes in services and operations which need to be realized if the required benefits are to be achieved. Again, the necessary regime for achieving needs to exist and to deliver. Stakeholder. Benefits realized often vary with stakeholders, both within a project as well as those delivering and receiving project outcomes. This difference in stakeholder benefits is part of the project setup and deliverables. Again, the message is the nuance and variations in benefits realization with the required approaches for realization. Sustaining. Realizing benefits from projects may require a sustained effort over a period of time, including response to circumstance. Realizing benefits is against a plan with expectations, but circumstances change and the approach to realization varies accordingly. Again, this needs to be factored and managed. Remediation. Releasing benefits often requires a remediation to current activities and processes. Transformation. Realizing benefits may require a transformation around the project outcomes to deliver the benefits. Time frame. Time frame. The benefits realized may often be over a period of time, which needs to be factored within the approach to realization. Realizing benefits requires planning, followed up with implementation and revision to circumstances. While this may occur after the end of a project, benefits realization is a project outcome and is part of the success or not of a project, with impacts in costing and decisions to set up projects. Benefits realization is an outcome from a project, varying with the project type, size, complexity, and duration. Any benefits realization is only as good as the project, the integration and implementation, and the activities undertaken to realize the returns. Benefits realization is an aspect in project setup alongside true costed projects. Thank you for your time, and may your investment be returned. Please share with others. Feel free to subscribe and add your comments. Here's to success in your projects and programs.